Well, good evening, everybody. Swamp Fox News, cooks, and reviews coming at you with another Saturday night, 9 p.m. cooking show. Tonight we're going to be making baked spaghetti, one of my favorites. It's a good old comfort food, good for any time. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. I'm going to give it a minute or two for people to come in, and then I'm going to start the show. I went ahead and did a bunch of cooking and prep real quick. I'm running behind, and to kill some time, I went ahead and did a couple things. Kim, how you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. I'm gonna let a few more people in. I'm gonna let everybody know what's going on. AV Watchman, what's up, my brother? Glad to see you here. Please give me a call when you get a minute. AV 843-554-4336. Michelle's Mobile Media, thank you for being here. We got some news about Anon1. I'm going to let a couple more people get in here. I want to tell y'all about him. Harry, what's up, my brother? Big Tim Hill News. I'll make sure y'all spread the word about our brother Anon, okay? Um, I'm not going to get into ins and outs of it. I'm going to let him tell y'all everything, but Anon1 had some health issues over the last couple of days, and he was here in the States. He was going to visit a bunch of us, and he ended up having to go back home. So right now he's doing better. He's home resting, and he had to have a medical procedure, but um, he is doing good, okay? And I'll let him tell y'all all about it when he gets back, but I do want to make sure everybody throws out um, prayers for Anon1, okay? He's a very important part of our family. We love him, and it's very important that we pray for him, to the ones who pray and the ones that don't. Okay, that's great. If you're just sending love and best wishes, maybe go to his channel, go to one of his last videos, and just chime in and say, hey, tell him how much you love him and that we're praying for him. Vet Tech Kimmy, Mama Gnome, Harry Bonsell, Big Tim News, Oregon Rogue. I don't want to miss anybody. Michelle's Mobile Media, AV Watchman, you are my brother. Somebody please post my number in chat for AV Watchman. I lost your number, man, when my phone got broke, the other one that had it in it. I'd like to talk to you about a couple of things. 843-554-4336. Oh, you do? Great. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Give me a call when you get a minute after the show or tomorrow, whatever's convenient for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. What I did is, this is baked spaghetti. So I went ahead and boiled the noodles, cooked the meat, and I'm going to tell y'all exactly what y'all need for this whole cook. Now, normally I make my own spaghetti sauce, y'all, but I went jar tonight only because of time, okay? But I always would rather make my own spaghetti sauce. But ragu's pretty good, and I got the one with tomato, garlic, and onion. But you're going to need 32 ounces of spaghetti sauce, whether you make it yourself or whether you cook it. You're going to need a 16-ounce pack of spaghetti noodles. I use the Mueller's. Okay, a 16-ounce pack of that. You're going to need 4 cups of mozzarella cheese. You're going to need 2 cups of cottage cheese, a 1/3 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, shredded Parmesan, cottage cheese. Whoa. You're going to need 2 eggs. You're going to need 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And so you're going to want to divide this stuff too. Now you're going to use anywhere from, thank you AV, I'll call you. I got your number now. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. You want to divide the cheese because you're going to be putting in layers, except for the grated Parmesan. Okay. So let me go ahead and get started. Show you what we do. So you're going to take the 2 eggs. Okay. Put it in a big bowl. Make sure my oven still ain't too hot. You're going to take 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I recommend salted butter because you're going to add to the cook anywhere from a half a tablespoon to a tablespoon or even more. Now, I like a little more, but I hate to tell people what I do because I don't know why I like salt so much. But I'd say start off with a half a teaspoon and then you try it, see what add the flavor as you're cooking to see if you want more. Sometimes when I tell people how much salt I use, they're like, oh, it's too much. 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan. You want to mix it in here with this egg and this butter. Get it mixed up good. I will say a prayer at the end of the show for AV Watchmen. I'm sorry, Anon1. Well, AV Watchmen too, but for Anon1. Alright, now that you got the eggs and the grated Parmesan cheese and the 5 tablespoons of butter mixed in, you want to take your cooked spaghetti noodles. Now, when you cook these, you don't want to cook them all the way. You want to leave them a little bit firm, okay, when you eat them, because you're going to cook them for about an hour. And so in the baked spaghetti while it's baking, so you definitely don't want to have them mushy, so you don't want to cook them all the way cooked, just almost there, a little bit firm but not hard, okay? And you want to take the 16 ounces and dump it in this mixture with eggs and just toss it around, mix it around really good. Make sure all them spaghetti noodles get coated real good with that egg and Parmesan cheese and butter mixture. For this cook also, you want to use a whole yellow onion, chopped, 3 cloves of garlic minced, a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper if you like black pepper. Some people don't, so again, you just do what you like. Look at me being a big old mess. Yeah, but you just want to make sure all them noodles are coated real good in all that butter and that Parmesan cheese. Lord have mercy, I'm throwing it out the bowl. So you're going to use for this cook 1 pound of hamburger. Now I usually try to get to 96% fat free, because you're also going to use a 1/2 pound of Italian sausage, okay? And so the Italian sausage is going to make enough grease, and you want to drain as much fat off as you can. So after you're done cooking your meat, let it sit in your strainer a long time. I suggest even taking your spatula and pressing down on it to drain a lot of the fat, and then mixing it up so the meat's loose again. Do that 2 or 3 times to make sure you got all the grease out of, or as much as you can. And then you end up with that, a good meat mixture, okay? How we gonna get started with building the layers? We're just gonna take some of the spaghetti noodles, coat the bottom of the pan with it. Now if you want, you can spray a little bit of Pam in the bottom of the pans. You don't have to. Then you're going to pile on some meat sauce. No, wait, sorry. Cottage cheese next, I'm sorry. So it's 2 cups of cottage cheese, so you're going to split it. While you're building up the layers. You want to use small curd on the cottage cheese too, and it's not easiest to spread, but it doesn't matter if it's perfect. You just want to put some on there and smash it down with 1 of the cups in the first layer. Try to spread it around as much as you can. You don't see that? Okay. Making sure y'all got it. I'm going to tell y'all something too. To you guys and gals who may not know Bubba Chambers, I got to meet him personally. He's been a follower of mine for several months now and quite a while, and he's been a supporter, and I've been following him and supporting him. But let me tell you something, to meet him in person is a whole lot different experience than meeting people. You know, meeting somebody in person is a lot different experience than meeting them over like the internet or whatever else. And they are really, really good people. I like him a lot. He's a super great guy. I wish I could have stayed longer and spent more time with him. I just wasn't able to. I'm sorry for that. Alright, now to meat. You're going to do the same thing. You'll spread some of that meat across. Not all of it. You dump it all in there, you got to build it up so you want new layers of it, okay? Alright, it calls for 4 cups of mozzarella cheese, so you're going to put about 2 cups in the layer. Now when you're boiling your water, I don't suggest using government water. I mean, when you're boiling your noodles, I don't suggest using government water. Buy water and then boil it, and then purify it yourself, and then use that for boiling your noodles. And then you just go and put the mozzarella cheese over the top. Sure it's kind of even, you know. And you just want to repeat the process. Except for, now you'll see. See what I'm doing. You're going to save some mozzarella cheese for the very end. Putting the rest of the second half of the noodles in. And it tastes good with that Parmesan cheese and that butter. All that Parmesan cheese stuck to each noodle. Just elevates it. I will teach y'all my recipe for making homemade spaghetti sauce too when I got more time today. Just running behind. I got jet lag from the drive down, and my silly dogs wouldn't let me get no sleep in the hotel room, so After I got done at Bubba's, I drove straight through. Stopped and grabbed something to eat, so I rested there for about 30 minutes while I ate, but I didn't sleep none. I just drove all the way through. And I've been running all day today, so. When I use a mild Italian sausage, now you can use spicy if you want. That's totally up to you guys. You can add or subtract whatever you want to this. You don't even have to add sausage if you don't want to. That's what I do. That's what the recipe calls for. But of course, some people don't like it, so you don't have to use it. But if you don't use it and you want to get a hamburger with more fat than 96% than 4%, don't dry out, cook wrong. Now this time you're not going to put the mozzarella cheese on yet, okay? You're going to put the mozzarella, first what you're going to do is after you get the rest of this meat sauce on there, you're going to stick it in the oven for about 40 minutes on 350. So you want to have your oven set at about 350, ready for this to go in there. You're going to cover it with aluminum foil, okay? You're going to let it cook for about 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, you're going to pull it out, and then you're going to put that last 2 cups of mozzarella cheese over the top. And then you're going to stick it back in the oven, and you're going to let that cook for, I don't know, depending on your oven. Again, y'all check the times and see how everything's going. Yeah, I'm about to show y'all what it's looking like. I got one in the oven. Some of my best friends here, Janine, Carl and Janine, y'all heard me talk about them. They make my signs. They made my Swamp Fox banners, and Jeff is here, Audits banners, and Sewer Dogs, and everybody's banners. They do all that, stickers and everything. And Janine's birthday is today, so I'm making one of these for them. I did see him today for her birthday, but tomorrow I'm going over there after work. Tomorrow I'm going to have dinner with him. And so, but I made myself one too for here. That way I can eat on it for the week. It's not quite done. I want it to brown a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and show you guys for time what it's looking like. Alright, there you go. Look at that, y'all. Now again, I'm going to stick it back in there and let that cheese brown just a little bit more. But it really, I don't want to let it go too much more. I don't like it burnt. Like I was telling y'all the other day, I don't like too brown on things. Even pizza. I tell them that, like when I go to get a pizza, I'm like, push it in. Don't put it at the end of the chain and let it go through like you do when those roll through pizza ovens or whatever. If it's a hot brick oven or whatever they call it, then I tell them to pull it out sooner than what they normally do. I don't like it cooked that way, but I just wanted to show y'all what that looked like. And y'all follow that recipe and do, just like I did, you're going to turn out to have an awesome, beautiful meal. It's going to go a long way. But again, you want to cover this meat sauce. You do not want to you want to cook it first all together. So that way it'll finish cooking the noodles. Because again, you kind of want the noodles al dente. I can't say it right. You don't want them cooked all the way. You want them a little bit firm. Not hard and crunchy, but firm still. And so you just keep testing them as they're cooking to make sure that they're not too hard. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick this back in the oven so it don't start cooling too fast. And then I'll put that one in the oven next. But anyway, so you want to go ahead and cover that with some aluminum foil. Stick it in the oven and wrap it real good all the way around. Stick it in the oven for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, take it out, cover it with the last 2 cups of cheese, put it back in there for about another, 20. Well, that's been in there 20, and it still ain't exactly as brown as, I want it, but it's right on the edge of it. So 20, 25 minutes, but I always tell people start looking a little bit early. Your oven may be one of those that, it's intense, and so you need to keep an eye on it. And then you don't need to check on it while it's cooking on the 40 minutes. It'll be fine. It's you can leave that in there the whole 40 minutes, just cooking at 350 temperature with the foil. But once you take it out and you put it on the stove and you put put the cheese on it. Then you stick it in there. You want to look at it. Start looking at it about 18 to 20 minutes. Just look through there and see how brown it is to you, how the cheese is melting good. If it's good for you, bring it out. I would let it sit. I always recommend letting it sit for about 8 to 10 minutes because it's going to be extremely hot, and let all them cheeses melt together and kind of start cooling just a little bit so it sticks, sort of like a pizza. You don't just get it right out the oven and start eating it, because when you start pulling it apart, all the cheese goes everywhere. But you can start whenever you want, but I would suggest letting it sit about 8 to 10 minutes and then dig in. It'll be ready after that. But there you go, y'all. So fake spaghetti, and I appreciate it, y'all being here tonight. Y'all please share the stream with anybody or any social media that you have. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer for Anon1, and so anybody who don't pray, if y'all want to go ahead and check out, that's cool. I will see y'all Monday night for my newscast news blast. I may do a video tomorrow. I'm going to be cutting up some more of that steel. I may do a couple of videos tomorrow. I'm not going to promise on that, but Monday night, 9 o'clock, newscast news blast, more corrupt cop videos. And I will see you guys then for Anon1. Dear Lord, I want to come to you tonight and ask you to lift up Anon1. He is our brother. We love him very much. He's been a big part of our life over the last several months, Lord. And we got to know him and love him, and we want him to stay around a lot longer, Lord. So we want you to reach out to him, heal him, Lord. We want you to touch him and let him know how much you love him and how much we love him, Lord. Just please lift him up. Keep him healthy. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, for the ones who prayed, I appreciate y'all praying with me. Vet Tech Kimmy, it is. I love it. Thanks, Swamp, so much. Loving prayers to everyone. You too, Kim. I appreciate it. No other layer of cottage cheese. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to put the other layer of cottage. I'm sorry. I'm tired and I'm in a hurry. Before I put the meat sauce, you're right. I just messed up. I'm glad you said that. Yep, I was supposed to put the last cup of cottage cheese before the meat, so I'm going to go ahead and peel this back. Y'all know what to do. I can get that off and I'll put the cottage cheese. But actually, I'm glad you caught that. I am so sorry. See, I rushed. And yes, I'm glad you caught that. Whoops, you're right. Beach Gal, 818. Paul Johnson, James Barnes, Amish Drywall, JL Services, Fat Tech Kimmy, let's see, James Barnes, Big Tim Hill News, Paul Johnston, let's see, Tim J, AV Watchman. Man, I can't believe I did that. Yeah, that's bad. Hey, a man running a cooking show and then forget to add something to the thing. But I'm not going to lie. No name. I am really tired. I still have jet lag. I did work today and I'm still working. When I leave here tonight, I got to go. I got a toilet clog at the church, and they're having church tomorrow, and it's in the side where the handicap side for the ladies, so I got to go get that fixed. So church, we won't have no problems tomorrow with that. And then I'm going to start working on that big piece of steel. So yeah, I'm going to peel this back. I'm going to get off here to do that, but I'm going to shovel this meat back, then the cottage cheese, then the meat goes back on it, and then 40 minutes in the oven, pull it out, the rest of the mozzarella, 20-25 minutes, something like that. Maybe it should be good. Oh yeah, I'm good now where I like it. It ain't too much. It's like right around the edges. But that's perfect. That's how I love it. And again, if y'all follow the recipe, remember now, as you're cooking, taste the meat, taste the sauce as you're doing it to make sure it's got enough salt for you and not too much. Start with a little bit. You know, when I used to tell people how I did it, and it's always too much for a lot of other people. I'm a salt. I don't know why I like salt so much, but and I don't have high blood pressure, believe it or not. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that peeled off and fix it and stick it in the oven. But I'm glad and I appreciate y'all showing up and spending time with me tonight. Sorry I can't stay longer. I just got so much to do. So I hope y'all have a great night. I hope God blesses each and every one of you and helps you have a prosperous life. Please remember that if you have any strife in your family or with a friend, maybe have a little argument or something and you're just not willing to give it up, remember life's too short. If you really care about the person, friend or family, reach out to them. Even if it's not your fault, take the blame. Who cares whose fault it is? You know what I mean? Is it really going to matter in the end? Reach out to them and try to squash it. If it don't work, at least you tried. That being said, have a great night. God bless everyone.